All right, so Diddy's taking over the news, at least a good portion of it, as you know. So your boy, he's in trouble again. Brother love, man. At this point, he had nothing new. So there's a lady, a woman who's coming out for another sexual assault that took place in 2001, if I'm not mistaken. I do have the audio. Let me go ahead and play the audio, and I'll let you know what I think about it, man. I got a few clips that I'm going to go over. Yeah, let's just buckle it up. So I'm gonna go over those clips. All right, this is the first one that I have.
This has put a strain on the selection of men and relationships. But many relationships became aggressive and abusive, which has made me feel even more alone in my struggles. I go through spells of being distant and withdrawn that it's sometimes so hard to leave my house. The trauma of the assault has taken a toll on my mental health. I've had PTSD, depression, and anxiety.
Damn.
I'm emotionally scarred. It has been hard for me to trust others, to form healthy relationships, or even feel safe in my own skin. Flashbacks, nightmares, and intrusive thoughts make me feel like it's a constant struggle. It has been hard for me to trust others, to form healthy relationships, or even feel safe in my own skin. Flashbacks, nightmares, and intrusive thoughts make me feel like it's a constant struggle.
Man, that's sad though.
It has been hard for me to trust others, to form healthy relationships, or even feel safe in my own skin. Flashbacks, nightmares, and intrusive thoughts make me feel like it's a constant struggle.
Man, I want to say this, man. Listen, people, people are saying things like, "Oh, why were you there? What were you doing there? Why did you go there? You should not be there." I get it, man. I understand that, but at the same time, nobody goes to a party, especially someone like Diddy, thinking that I'm going to get assaulted, I'm going to be abused. You don't think about those things, man. Nobody deserves that, man. I don't care if, shows the 304 back then, whatever, but nobody deserves that those type of treatment. So you go to a party, you want to have a good time. Although you might have sex, you might expect that, but you don't expect to be abused or assaulted, though. That's my point, man. But most of these people, honestly, Diddy doesn't even remember them. A lot of them. Most of them, Diddy doesn't remember them because this has been going on since 1997. If I'm not mistaken, maybe before that, would be a little bit or a little bit after that. So Diddy has been having those freak off parties with a lot of women. So majority of those women, Diddy does not remember them. I guarantee he does not remember them. At this point, like, I believe there are so many victims, like a lot of them, they just feel like, you know what, there's no point, man. There's no point. The guy's already, indicted. He might serve like time live in prison. So yeah, I'm not coming out, man. I'm not coming out. Like at this point, I think Diddy's not coming out. Diddy's not coming out. I think the feds are working overnight too. They are working overnight. They're trying to find anything to keep this man inside. Although I believe, some of the things that he has been accused of, he done it. Allegedly, they just put it that way. But we know he done it. I mean, we've seen the video of Cassie. But like I said, most of these things, Diddy does not remember. So let me play this clip from Touré. Touré, he's a very well-known journalist. So he used to be a friend of Diddy. So he has a little story about him and Diddy. So let me go ahead and play it. All right.
That are stunning. I'd like to start with your relative who did an internship for Diddy, because this story is pretty shocking.
This is the story that was hardest for me to tell, something that I actually didn't think about for years until recently. I knew Puff well enough to call him and say, hey, will you give an internship to a family member of mine who's, a young person who's trying to come up, needs a little break? I knew him well enough to ask him that. We weren't friends, but I knew him to get him on the phone and say, hey, I need a little favor for the next generation.
Yep.
And he was like, cool, and about 3 months later, the whole thing ended abruptly and unceremoniously after having been very exciting. And I was getting, like happy reports about we're doing this, we're doing that, and it's fun, and we're getting somewhere, we're doing something. And apparently, at some point, Puff said to my family member, come home with me and spend the night with me, or this internship is over. And
you can't make this shit up.
I didn't even find out that part of it until years later. But that
you were trying to
told me right there, this is a person who will say anything, will do anything. Wasn't even thinking about your related to a person in media who could easily get on a platform and talk about this. Friends are telling me there's been about 15 years of hardcore drug abuse, anything that he can get his hands on that are detaching him from who he really is. So when you think about why did you make such bad decisions to do these parties with so many people, to videotape them, to say no when Cassie says we can make this all go away for $30 million, which is not a lot to him. And he says no. Well, that's because he's been dealing with drug addiction and his mind being clouded, and he's not in his right self. He was extremely sharp, motivational, very strategic in the first couple decades when he was rising. The last 15 years has been a haze of drug abuse, and that's why he's making these horrendous decisions. And that is not to excuse him in any way for the things that he is alleged to have done or that he did, but a way of trying to understand why would somebody make so many bad decisions? Well, he's been dealing with, and when I said, what is the drug of choice? The answer is whatever there is on the bleeding edge of, narcotics that can get you up high. So he's not even dealing with the normal stuff that we're dealing with. And I think that there's this desire in him to have everything be the most. He wanted to be superior to other people. He wanted to be, have better clothes, have more money, have more fame, and better parties. And the first three things that I named there, nothing wrong there, but what it meant to have the better parties than others grew from something that was, let's say PG rated. I went to a bunch of PG rated Diddy parties.
Man, listen. If I were Diddy, the type of money that Diddy has, right, bro, I don't need to do all those crazy things. Like being a freak, that's cool. You can be a freak if you want. You can have your over 1,000 baby oil. That's cool though. You can have your 3, 4, 6, 10 some. That's not a problem. But I have Diddy's money. Why do I have to force you to have sex with me? You already have a girlfriend who allows you to sleep with all the women. Cassie was okay. I mean, she wasn't okay, but she let it happen. She allowed that to happen. That Diddy couldn't sleep with anybody. And he could have threesome Cassie as well. So why do you need those extra things to force people, to coerce people, to do? But you don't need all that. But you could have all that without committing any crime. Like you pay your sex worker to come, you guys have fun, do whatever you have to do. You treat them nice, you let them go. You don't have to do those extra things, dog. That's purely like demonic to me. That's very demonic. You can clap man cheeks, whatever. If you want to clap man, you like man. That's on you. That's on you. That's not a problem. But those extra things that you did, paying people to do that, pay people, forcing to take people to take drugs, bro. There's a lot of women. There's a lot of women out there who will be okay to have sex with you without even you drugging them, though. And I think Diddy function with drugs. I've been thinking about this, man. I think he would be better off staying in jail because I think he might look better in jail because he's gonna be into drugs, no heavy drinking. You guys gonna be surprised. Diddy might look better. Diddy might look like better than he was before getting incarcerated. In my opinion, I might be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. So, also people are saying that, oh man, the Fed got them tapes. You know, people gonna get exposed. People gonna be in trouble. Like the people who are going to be in trouble, I believe those are people working with Diddy. People who used to work with. They might be in trouble if they don't work with the Fed because some of them they'll get a deal. So if you want to witness against Diddy, yeah, we'll give you like a deal. We'll protect you, whatever. They might get a deal. Some of them will be fine. But them celebrities who been in those parties, people being naming and saying names out there, a lot of celebrities being there in those parties, they might not be in trouble unless they were there and they had sex with underage women or girls. That's when they might be in trouble. If like they were there just clapping cheeks, it doesn't matter if they were being freaky. They had like 1,000 bottles of baby oil on them. That's not a crime, though. They will be in trouble if they were committing those crimes like drugging people, forcing people to do that, or sleeping with underage girls. Yeah, that's when they'll be in trouble. But they're still scared though because nobody want to see, nobody want people to see them having sex with another man, especially if you claim yourself being like a masculine man or a straight guy. So nobody wants that. That's why they're all shaking, man. Speaking of that, one of them was shaking a little bit, in my opinion. Maybe not, but I think he's shaking. Meek Mill. Meek Mill had a post. He made a post saying, the streets know what's up with that's not the case. We're talking about business side, someone empowering these bad companies. Meek Mill, again, I got 100K for a thorough investigation on who's powering and who exactly my name connected to this. So Meek Mill about to drop 100K to people to do investigation to see how his name is connected to Diddy. Bro, sometimes you gotta be quiet. Meek, listen. There's enough evidence for us to put two and two together that you were kind of connected with Diddy in them freak-offs. I think sometimes being quiet is the best thing to do. At this point, if some of them or any of them celebrities, they know that they have been in those parties, they have done something, don't say too much. Just be quiet, man. Be quiet, talk to your lawyer. I think that's the best thing you can do. Don't run up on social media, start posting things. You must snitch on yourself. I think that's what Meek is doing. Meek has been doing the most. Meek needs to chill. He has been doing the most. People already don't trust Meek anymore. They look at Meek different now. Even myself, I can't even listen to Meek's music anymore. Every time I listen to music, I'm thinking about the Diddy party, like the freak offs, clapping cheeks, all that. It's nasty to me. I can't think of it. I know he's not the only one. Most of them have been there, but at least Meek, we seen some solids, as things that made us believe that, yeah, he was a heavy member in the club. So another guy, Reggie. Before getting to Reggie, let me talk about Stevie J. Stevie J, we have read Little Road lawsuit. Allegedly, Diddy showed Little Road a video, or not even shown, but told Diddy, a video, that was a video, a picture, told the Little Road, Diddy told Little Road, hey, because Little Road is a producer, right? Diddy was like, hey, look at your favorite producer, Stevie J. He was clapping them cheeks. He was sleeping with men too, so you can do it. You can do it. So Stevie J had a post, he posted a video of him, right? I think sometimes they just act like kids though. So I think this is like, it's putting out there like a facade that, everything is great, I'm fine. But we know inside you're not good. you missing your boyfriend. Look at the video, man. All right, this is Stevie J. Look at the video, man. Look, he trying to look like a Rico Suave pretty boy, all that. Bro, we know you're not at peace inside. The bed is empty. He's missing his boyfriend, Diddy. You know, it's like, damn, my boyfriend ain't here, man. Damn, I wish I had my boyfriend here, man. Dude is he's going through it. That's why you know somebody's going through it, dog. And Stevie J, to me, he might be one of them guys who might be in trouble. I think Stevie J's like, yo, I don't care if I go to jail for Diddy, man. That's my boy. We gonna do what we gonna do best in there, man. What we always been doing. Bro, that's too childish, dog. Too childish. And like, I'm not saying you're not supposed to post anymore. But you posting, look at yourself like, bro, you too old for, bro, you like almost 50, right? 40 something, 50? And this is not the right time to be doing those type of things, though. So let me bounce with Ray J, man. Ray J, but Ray J is just funny, man. Ray J had a serious face here, man. So Ray J had a little interview with News Nation. He was asked about Diddy, the Diddy situation. So this is what Ray J had to say, man. Let me just play it here.
What did you make of what you heard, and what did you ever see for yourself that gave you an opinion about what he was about?
Well, for myself, and I think a lot of other people in this industry, I mean, it's all a shock because, you know, we've never seen the stuff that's being said and the stuff that people are finding out. Like, I've never been in rooms that people are talking about, and I never knew they existed. And a lot of people in the industry can agree with me on that sense. Like, you all wanted to go and have a good time at a Diddy party, you know, and you wanted to be inspired, you wanted to go out and have a good time, and then you wanted to go the next day to work, and you wanted to work hard in this good vibe, you know. And so to see where we are now, I just think everybody is still trying to digest it and still trying to understand it. And even though, you know, there's still allegations and it's not anything that's
just
factual yet, but it's hurtful and it's confusing to a lot of people. I mean, we all grew up, you know, listening to Puff and Bad Boy, and they represented success and resilience. But it comes with a responsibility, and when people fall, right now we just need to use it as a moment to reflect, not to criticize, but find a better way to move forward as leaders, individuals, in this culture that we're in right now.
Ah, man, listen, Ray J knows a lot about, you know, the industry. He has been in the industry for a long time. Allegedly, from what I heard, Ray J was the last person to bring the drug to Whitney Houston before she passed away. And allegedly, they're saying that Claves Davis, he has something to do with the passing of Whitney Houston, and they use Ray J for that. I don't know how true that is, but it does not mean. Listen, I'll give him the benefit of doubt, man. Not everybody who has been around Diddy knows like whatever been going on between them in those parties, because some people, they never went to the party because there's Diddy, there's a party, and there's a party, and those party it's like VIP. Only 70 people get invited. All right, so we can't prove it, man. I'm not gonna say Ray J was there. Nah, we cannot prove it. Maybe he's speaking the truth though. Maybe he never been to those party, the after party, the freak offs ones. You know what I'm saying? So, but it seems like Ray J just so close to Diddy, he doesn't want to say the wrong thing about Diddy. Sometimes I get that. I understand that. You know, it's like when you have a great relationship with somebody, even though they are in the wrongs, whatever, you don't want to say it in public, but you might talk to them in person. So I think that's the game that Ray J is playing here right now. It's like, okay, me and Diddy, we so cool, man. They probably have a lot of, you know, things they done together, whatever. They have a very strong relationship. So at the same time, I get it. It's not gonna be just on social media start bashing his brother. Yeah, man, what he did, man, that's so messed up. Blah blah blah. This brother's a monster. Nah. So yeah, I don't think the type of relationship he has with Diddy, he will be able to talk like that. Maybe he might talk to him in private, bro. Man, you messed up, bro. I get it. I understand where he's coming from, but man, people gonna defend who they want to defend. People gonna pick side. This depending on their interests or how how's their relationship with the person. So speaking of that, another one we have Kim Porter. Kim Porter, rest in peace to her soul. She had 3 kids with Diddy, the twins, and King Combs, if I'm not mistaken, creation of King Combs. And before that, Kim Porter was dating A.B. Sure, right? They had 1 kid, Quincy, and Diddy actually took her from A.B. Sure. But ever since A.B. Sure and Diddy, they never been in good term, right? They never been in good term. And even A.B. Sure and Quincy, their relationship has been a little rocky. I don't know much details about that one, but things hasn't been working well between them 3. So recently, after Diddy arrest all that, A.B. Sure made a post about he wants. Okay, let me read it. Right, A.B. Sure calls for a further investigation into an entire group of individuals who worked at or around Kim Porter's residence. People just putting 2 and 2 together. They're saying, oh, maybe Diddy allegedly is behind Kim Porter's death, or he's behind Tupac or Biggie. I mean, we gonna find out eventually if that's true though. And there was a book that came out. I didn't really mind to read the book because it didn't seem too legit to me. And the book ended up now being legit. Someone just made up a story, posted on Amazon, bestseller on Amazon. The book is like everybody's reading it because people love dramas. People are buying it. People want to read the dramas, all that. I didn't read it. I didn't buy it, but because I didn't feel like the book was real. And I did research. I watched a few people online, and people are saying that book is not true. And even the author of the book made a post recently saying that, okay, they say whatever they thought I was good enough for good stories for them or whatever was true. So I think someone just like put 2 and 2 together based on what has been circulating on social media and made a story off of it and made a book. That's a great move, but I think he should be sued for that. That's not good because that's someone's mom, and I don't think Kim will be happy or her children are happy to see something like that. Although Diddy has done a lot of wrong things to people. Now people don't fuck with Diddy like that, but you don't want to tell lies on somebody else. That's not our period. I don't care if you have done something wrong to me, but I don't want to tell lies on you, man. I'll tell the truth. Always been truthful. So that's pretty much about it. And Jason Lee made a video about people who have been at Diddy's party. He named like Chris Brown, things of the nature. But it does not mean if you were at Diddy party that you are you're gonna be in trouble. No, being at a party is not a problem. It's like the things that you did that might get you in trouble. It's not you being there. It's like, what have you done at the party? If you were drunk, you got drunk, that's not a problem. Or you slept with a man, I don't think you should be. That should not be a problem because it's not a crime. Although morally, that's not something that I encourage or I support, but it's not a crime. And another thing is like if you got drunk, you did all that, but if you slept, like I said at the beginning, if you slept like people underage, yeah, you might be in trouble though. But to me, I think Diddy might get clipped though. Diddy might get abstained, bro, because he knows a lot of secrets, and those tapes, man. There's a lot of powerful people on those tapes. Unless like those powerful people, make phone calls or make a phone call to the feds, be like, yo, I send this nigga in jail, but never publish these things, never done, and like don't ever even try to put anything out. And make sure you keep our names out of this situation. Maybe that might work. But he's on suicide watch right now. I don't really trust him much like that because it doesn't mean nothing. The same people watching him, those are the same people that might delete him as well. So it doesn't really mean. But I think he has like 50% chance of surviving in the MDC though. But that's what I had to say, man. There was a lot to unpack, but yeah, man, there's too many news about Diddy. I'll keep you posted as the news develop, man. I'll catch you next time. Peace out, family. I'm out.